So I have several things that I want to do in this episode. And the first thing we're going to do is go reroll some weapons. I have a couple different things, like different paths that I could take at this point. I could spend a bunch of time trying to get the... Ooh, got Godly. I think that was another... Yeah, Godly or Demonic are both what I'm looking for that. And then Legendary is what I'm looking for, the Terra Blade. Yeah, I could go work on Empress of Light and see if we can get that. I could go... Oof, Godly's pretty good. Maybe I should just hold on to Godly. Because I'm running out of gold. Let's hold on to Godly for the timing. I could go work on Duke Fishron and try to get him down and get the loot from them, but there's very few things. Like, obviously, the wings from Duke would be ideal. That would be the thing that I want. But I don't think I'm going to get them. So I have a couple different things that I'm already here, that I could do in regards to, like, you know, these are our, let's take that off. I know it's weird that I'm taking the worm scarf off because I've had it like the entire playthrough, but we're doing it. So yeah, I have like all of these weird things as far as damage and builds that I could try to go for in order to get the Lunatic Cultist and the Moonlord down without dying. Obviously, playing hardcore, dying would be not the best thing ever. So what we're going to do is, I've got this equipped, right? Let's set that to cut. So when I get down to it, we can deal with that. Like this trap here. Gotta love it. That trap there. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is potentially go kill the Lunatic Cultist. As crazy as that sounds. Because there is a lot to be said for trying and getting the solar weapons. I think at this point I'm pretty committed to playing melee for Moonlord. It's going to require I get both of the melee weapons, or at least one of them, at the very least, because obviously the damage from that would be really good. But if I'm going to commit to playing that, then I need to just commit entirely. And the best way to do that is to go find some of the frozen turtles, because I need a frozen turtle shell. If I get a frozen turtle shell, I can use that to make the frozen shield, because I have the paladin shield, so we get the frozen turtle shell, use it with the shield, and that creates the frozen shield. And that's going to allow me to take a significantly less amount of damage in comparison to what I do now, because it's when you're below 50% health or something like that, you take like 30% less damage. And the reason that's good is because it would replace the worm scarf, right? I know that I currently have this this yo-yo bag on because right now I'm using the Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo. But I think ideally what I would do is get that off, get the bag off, use the shield instead of the worm scarf, because the amount of damage reduction I get from that is a little bit higher. And then, oh, there's a turtle. The problem is this stupid frozen turtle shell comes at a 1% drop rate. So we'll try, but it's unlikely that I'm going to get it. We will try, though. And I don't have this on my bar. I really should. So I can actually dig through things. Oh, it's so dark down here, too. Sorry, mobile viewers. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. It's way too dark. But that yo-yo bag is pretty good, isn't it? I think in general, the yo-yo is actually super strong. Like if I wanted to do more events, like say, if I wanted to go do the Martian Madness event, which I don't, but if I did, I would run the yo-yo, I think. It's really good at clearing a bunch of enemies. But that's the thing, it's like I could pretty quickly just go kill the Lunatic Cultist, get the solar weapons, and just leave one of the pillars up so we don't spawn the Moonlord. I think that's probably going to be one of the, if not the path that we take. But first I got to find this stuff. And honestly, it might take a bit. So I'm down here still trying to, oh, we got Traveling Merchant. Actually, I do want to go take a look at what they've got. But I'm trying a technique that I've used before it's a weird technique, but it works. which is you create like a flat area and you run back and forth. And it allows enemies to spawn on either side. Now, the thing is, you want to make sure you can kill those enemies. Like these guys spawning up here is not ideal. So I'm going to create a little spot where they can dive down at. But if you get them and you kill the, whatever's spawning on either side as you go left and right, it causes things to spawn. So like you saw this guy spawn here. There's a bat down there. There's a bat down there. Like it's a nice way of getting things to spawn that otherwise wouldn't. So that's how we get turtles like this. It's a trick that you can use in the jungle, like towards like mid hard mode, when you're attempting to get a bunch of turtle shells or whatever. So that's one way to farm out turtle shells. It's just figured I would suggest it because this kind of farming could be really kind of annoying and super tedious. But you know what? This is related. Give me a second to explain it. I recently got Twilight Imperium 4th edition, and I have been painting little ships. And you know what? Painting tiny ships, especially starting with the yellow ships, yellow, if you know anything about mini painting, is just the worst. It's such a bad color. And the reason why is because the pigments in it are really hard for, or they have really low pigments in it, so it's really hard for coverage. So painting oranges and yellows, it's very tedious. You have to do multiple coats. So painting the yellow ships, which I'm doing gold to kind of prevent some of that issue, has been testing of my patience. I'm already done painting them. I hate them so much, and I've only got a few of them left. So I'm looking forward to moving on to painting other ships for the same game. But my point is, my patience has been tested pretty significantly lately. So this kind of farming, totally down for it. This is like a breath of fresh air compared to painting yellow ships. If you don't know what Twilight Imperium is, you're missing out. Go look it up on... Actually, you know what? My suggestion? Go look up the review from Shut Up and Sit Down. They do a great job of explaining what that game is and why it is really cool without people just looking at it and being like, oh, that seems like really complicated. So I would suggest watching their review for it if you're at all interested in whatever I'm talking about. Hey, and you know what? If you're interested in minty painting, ooh, fresh painting, mini painting, every now and again I post random stuff on Twitter, so you can head over to our Twitter at OSWguild on Twitter, or just go to twitter.com/OSWguild, and you can see my random paint jobs that I post. It's a hobby of mine. It's actually quite relaxing. I suggest everybody try it at least once, even if you're not artistically inclined. I think is a good way to put it. You know what? I need to go get a battle potion. That's what I'm going to go do. This will make this a little easier. Oh, I say that, but one just spawned down here. Because, it's a fun little, very relaxing challenge. Painting tiny things like miniatures can be a patience test. But at the same time, it's really relaxing. It's very chill. You just kind of hang out. Put some paint on some minis. You can paint board game minis, D&D minis. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to get my battle potion. Go back there. Oh, before I do, the Flinx fur. I wanted to mention this because I've mentioned it slightly not too long ago. I don't remember when. So with the Flinx fur, with 6 of them and 10 platinum or 10 gold, you can make the Flinx staff, which is an early game summon that they've added. There's also the Flinx fur coat. Now, same thing here, platinum or gold, but in this case, you need 8 and then 10 silk. Now, the Flinx is not too difficult to deal with if you get like any kind of early game, like good items or whatever. So if you go get the Flinx fur coat, which increases minion damage by 5%, which totally just bleh, but increases your max number of minions by 1, which is really good to have early on. It literally doubles your damage as a summoner. And then you get the Flinx staff, and the Flinx summons are ridiculous. In fact, let's go craft one real quick because I want to show you guys this. I think this is an important PSA, because if I were to die and say, and I've mentioned this before, and come back and try again in hardcore because of how far we've gotten, and I'm pretty happy with our progress. Where did it go? To Flinx staff. Do I have any gold bars? I must have. I have planet bars here. Let's. Okay. Can I make it now? Why am I missing it? Well, what did it have to be made at? Actually, that's probably a better question, because it may have to be made somewhere that I do not have there. Flinx fur, workbench. Okay, I definitely have a workbench right there. No, so why is it doing that? Maybe if I come over here? There, whatever, Flinx staff. All right, so I just want to show this real quick. Let's get rid of our spiders. And let's summon this little guy. Now, I only have one, obviously, but with the Flinx fur coat, you're going to get two. I just want to show off the power of this little man. It is really good. And you know what? If they get things in the air, say a buzzard or something, they're quite good at juggling it through the air. Of course, I'm next to all my towns, so nothing's spawning here. Maybe I should just go underground or something. But if I were to die and come back and try again, I would go with the YOLO approach of going essentially what I did before, straight to the whatchamacallit, the tundra, the snow biome. Wow, that doesn't really help. You can't see what he's doing. All right. Anyway, so he does that. Now, he's not doing a lot of damage to this guy because it's a crimson slime, which is a hard mode enemy. But you could see that it just sticks to the target. It's really, really good. And it does it to air enemies too. So like when something's flying, the things are very aggressive. So I like them quite a bit. And I think, yeah, I would go YOLO approach. I would go to the snow biome. I would do my best to kill some Flinx. You know, you trap them, hit them with like bombs or whatever. You do your duty and you kill them with you kill enough of them to get the fur. And then, yeah, you go and get the fur coat as well. And then it doubles your damage, and then you're sitting pretty. So you start off the hardcore run, extremely powerful. So that would be the way that I do it. And I want to mention that because I didn't get to show it, since they changed it. But I think that if I were to play hardcore again, would be how I end up doing it. I have surprisingly been at this for quite a bit. I've killed quite a few of these things, but unsurprisingly, I have not gotten what I need. It is only a 1% chance to drop, so it's not great. So I'm in 1 in 100 of these stupid turtles, I'm going to get it. Now, statistically speaking, I should technically get it before, just based on, I would have to be really unlucky to get it on my 100th or anything over that. But it's a low drop rate, so it's very likely that it's going to take me longer than I want it to. I may end up just taking a break from this farming, coming and doing this later, and in its place going and doing some tests on Lunatic Cultist and see how we could do with that. Because we have a couple options. Like I upgraded my Terra Blade, as you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, but I haven't used it yet. Now my intention is to use it on the Lunatic Cultist. But if the yo-yo ends up being really good, then I may just use that. Because like this is 180, this is 180, and the demonic possessed hatchet is 126. But the possessed hatchet is also really good at just tracking enemies. I don't know how it'll work with the phase with the Lunatic Cultist, where they just kind of reduplicates, and you have to figure out which one is the right one. Not quite sure how that'll work, but I'm not too concerned over it. I think that if the possessed hatchet always found the right one, then there's cause to be just like, well, that's what we're doing from now on. I see the bats in there. It's really kind of annoying that all of this stuff is spawned in here. And I've noticed that I have to come clear it out every now and then. Let's actually put a, ooh, there's a turtle over there. Let's put a torch down so I can actually see what's spawning down there. Yeah, still nothing. I'm like hoping to get it, but so far, no dice. Well, my battle potion is about to wear out, so I've used all 8 minutes of it or whatever it is. I think it might be 7 minutes. And nothing. So I may just set up a different kind of farm for this to try and get it working the way that I want it to. Maybe an AFK farm of some description. I think that might work. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. I didn't really get anything of note there. I do want to quickly test something. So we have our little target dummy. Let's test our damage between our yo-yo and our Terrorblade. So the yo-yo is about 1,500, 1,300. Let's say average of 1,300 if all of them are hitting like they should. Okay, that's pretty good. I am using the yo-yo bag. Yeah, okay. The Terrorblade, if I'm hitting in melee, is 15, 16, 18. It's crazy high damage. But if I'm just hitting with the projectile, let's stop it. Let's give it a second. Try that again. Just the projectile is about 750. So not great. The Possessed Hatchet is even less than that. So I think our best DPS is going to be with the Terrorblade. And then we have the Vampire Knives, which are pretty good. Like that's quite a bit of damage. So it's like either I go full yo-yo mode, which is not bad, or I go Terrorblade. Terrorblade is like really, really good. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Journey mode character, and we're going to try the Lunatic Cultist with the Terrorblade and essentially our current setup minus the yo-yo bag. Okay, I've got the Terrorblade. I've got my setup. I think I'm pretty good. I have to go all the way over here to where the dungeon is on this world. But most of all, oh, I forgot that I have a little train card down there that my wife made. You know what? I'm going to take that. That's brilliant. Let's do that. That's going to save me tons of time. I totally forgot about this thing. It's amazing. Yeah, I feel like in general, when it comes to the damage that I need to do to Lunatic Cultist, I have 3 really good options, with the 4th being the Vampire Knives if I need it. Wait, why isn't the Lunatic Cultist spawning? Why? Do I need to go do something? Maybe they're just crap. How do you get the Lunatic Cultist to spawn? You know what? I just realized what it was. It's because the enemy spawn slider has been removed. That's exactly what it was. Gotcha. Okay, journey mode. Hello. Whew. It's a problem when you don't really play that much journey mode. You forget about little things like that. Like that you have to have the enemy spawn stuff set up in order for, you know, the bosses that spawn outside to, I don't know, actually spawn. I think that's what it is. We're about to find out, but I really hope it's not because I have things broken here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to... Yeah, it's still not spawning here. Not ideal. Why? Why are you not spawning, boss? The pillar event has been cleared. Would that have an effect on it? Maybe I have to go to just to a different world and kill the golem real fast and do it that way? Maybe? I just need to be able to fight this boss. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that. All right, weird jump cut, but I'm gonna cut out a whole lot of searching for absolutely nothing. I went to go find the golem on this extra world in order to get the Lunatic Cultist to spawn. Well, I need to kill Plantera, which means I need to kill the mechanical bosses in order to do... Anyways, it's a long thing. And I literally spent 35 minutes looking for the jungle temple on this map. You see how I just went bam, 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 right? And I was like, where the heck is it? Turns out, down over here. Really? I've never seen a jungle temple spawn that low, and I can't even spawn the boss. So this may end up being a far shorter episode because I'm literally going to cut out 90% of the episode. But what we're going to do instead is go back over, and I'm going to make attempts on the Empress of Light again. So what we're going to do different with this fight is I'm going to attempt to use the Terrorblade first. We'll see how that goes. So damage-wise, our damage wasn't bad last time, but it definitely also wasn't the greatest. So I'm curious if we can try and get that a little higher. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not even really even able to hit her at the moment, which is not ideal. But so far, so good. I mean, I haven't taken a hit. So that's okay. Well, I had to speak. But, you know, that was an improvement. But my damage is so low because I just can't hit her with the Terra Blade. So, okay. So Terra Blade, I think, is a no-go. Let's switch to this real quick. We'll turn on God mode. And what I'm going to do is swap out... let's swap out that for that. Okay, so, and then we're going to take care of all these nerds before I go back in. Okay, and we'll switch it back out. All right, let's try the yo-yo. I think the yo-yo has some potential here, but at the end of the day, it's not the greatest either because I'm still having such a hard time hitting her. Yeah, this is not ideal. And, you know, using the... I should probably put this back on while I'm at it. Boop. Using the vampire knives, oh my goodness, is not bad. It's actually quite good. Because it's got a nice spray, so you're able to... I mean, you're healing yourself, you're damaging the boss, and... you're doing like a huge area attack. So you're bound to hit her with something, right? But maybe the choice is clear and we need to go mage for this. So let's try the Spectre Staff, which is what we've been trying to farm for so long. Still haven't gotten one. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Oh, I also need some mage stuff. So let's go... mana flower. There we go. And I'm gonna need mana potions. What can I get rid of? Let's get rid of that. Do I have mana potions? I do. Okay. So let's try this out. Essentially, what we're doing here is utilizing the Spectre Staff in order to do the majority of the damage. Even though we're going to be getting the buffs from the set too. So let's go try this again. Why is it not spawning? There we go. Oh, it despawned. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my goodness, I hate these things spawning, but it is what it is. We're going to have to deal with that anyways. There we go. So let's see how this does. Okay, so far... I like that the projectile's home, and when she's in these phases, I can guarantee free damage, but when she's doing this kind of weird side movement you're seeing, it's a little bit harder to guarantee. Yeah, not sure about this. Ranger may end up being the key. What can we use ranger-wise? I mean, we could use the Daedalus Stormbow. The tsunami would be good if we could actually kill this stupid Duke, but that's not going to work. All right, here, let's try something else real quick. Let's put God mode back on. And let's swap out... do I even have the armor? I believe I do. Let's go Shroomite. And yeah, I do have it. So headgear, that's arrow, rocket, bullet. Let's go with the breastplate. Oh my goodness, my inventory is just a giant mess, isn't it? Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of that, those. Okay. Sorry, I know it's doing its thing in the background. And let's do leggings. So when it comes to accessories, we're gonna need the quiver. I think that's quite good. And then bow. Actually, you know what? Let's try the shot bow. Actually, you know what? I do have the sniper rifle. Or no, that is a tactical shotgun. Oh, I don't have that on these characters anyways. Okay, so let's just do the shot bow and see how that goes. So let's swap that out to there. We have plenty of arrows. All right, we're gonna move around so she's not hitting us, and we're gonna try this again. Okay, I'm in a weird, awkward spot, but it should work. So, oh my goodness, I hate these guys spawning on the platform like that. Oh no, that's totally ruined it. Oh, I can't hit anything because of that. Okay, I'm gonna die because of all these dudes that are just sitting on the platform here. Not ideal. Let's go up this way, fly this way. Yeah, Shoppo not actually working. So, man, I don't think we should even attempt the Empress of Light. There's nothing that feels super powerful. If I want to attempt her, it's gonna have to be with the Daybreak or something. I think, I honestly think that we need to go and try the Lunatic Cultist. And I think that's our next step is we're going to do the Lunatic Cultist. We're going to do the Solar Pillar. We're going to get our weapon. And then we prep to do Moonlord. We're almost at the end of the series then. That is pretty crazy.